joined by anchor Michael Williams here. We continue our series tonight, Price Out of Paradise, our fourth part tonight. In a post-Surfside world, the cost of living and living safely in a condominium has never been more of a focus. And Michael, you've been looking into this part of the equation and how important it is.
And it is important if you're looking at condominium living. Buyer beware is an important, very important rule of thumb in this new landscape as condominiums and other multifamily complexes make repairs either voluntarily or under new state mandates. The picture of South Florida condo living is tantalizing, and the images of the worst that can happen if structural problems go ignored are traumatizing.
I don't want our building to end up like Surfside.
Every condominium owner talks about it. Steve Rogers must.
We were always a proactive community.
Rogers is the condominium board president for Champlain Towers in Boca Raton. Twin high-rises, 378 owners.
Our concrete engineer had told us that we had needed to do a concrete restoration project.
Built in the 1970s, salt air and ocean winds have eroded the southeast-facing balconies at Chalfont over the years.
The balconies are what we're working on right now because of the rebar and concrete spalling is where the concrete starts to fall off the building. We knew that it had to be dealt with.
The cost of the work around $2 million. That comes to a $5,300 assessment for every condo owner here. Harry Waldman sits on the condo board.
This is all part of the deal, and I'm glad that they are doing it.
The average cost of a Chalfont condominium, $1 million. Start adding in all those constant repair costs and the grumbling begins for some.
Until I got involved in this 2 years ago, if you told me the amount of politics involved, I would have never imagined what goes on here.
Rogers says the Chalfont Condo Board is pushing ahead with its own voluntary safety inspection schedule. There are also the new state mandates. They include fire safety improvements, likely to mean another $2 million bill split between owners here. Tom Madden accepts the down-to-earth financial reality of high-rise living.
You want an active board, not an inactive board, because that's dangerous. If a board is inactive and just wants to placate residents and be heroes because they're not spending money, that's dangerous.
In short, whether it's the Chalfont Towers or any of the condominiums that dot our coastline, owning a piece of oceanside paradise means being prepared to pay for that paradise. And that means making sure one reads the fine print.
My best advice is to do your due diligence up front.
Paul Krasker of Krasker Law says hire a real estate attorney and read the fine print before signing that condominium contract.
Understand what's happening.
Post-Surfside, Florida lawmakers are talking about a bill to require a structural inspection program for all multifamily buildings. But getting owners to pay for repairs that are identified remains a big debate. All the more reason to know what you are buying.
The first is to say to the seller, I want to get the last 12 months minutes of the board meetings. I want to see what those board members are talking about.
Be prepared to pay or walk away before buying if you can't afford ongoing assessments and fees.
So you have a right to walk away if you find out that the association has been talking about redoing the roof, redoing the electric, redoing the elevator shafts, redoing all the exterior balconies.
You're buying a lifestyle, these three Chalfont Towers owners remind us, but the deposit is only a down payment, and carefree will never mean cost-free.
You think that's the end of expenses. You're never going to have to fix another roof. Your upkeep is not going to be there, but that's very foolish.
Know what you're paying for. Know what you're getting. Read and understand the condominium contract. Like everything else in paradise, the price tag is only going to climb.
That's what one realtor said. Fasten your seatbelts. Michael, thanks very much. That's a great report.